said favorite Gen 4 starter?
Yes.
Piplup. Funny little penguin guy.
Okay. At least it's not fucking Infernape. I hate it when people I hate Infernape because, I mean, for one, it's like the only fire type option you have. It's like the game hamstrings you in that way. But also, Torterra is just so fucking cool.
Torterra is super cool. I'm gonna be so real. Every Gen 4 starter is gas. There's not a single
Two
miss
out
there.
of the 3 Gen 4 starters are gas, and one of them is Infernape.
I think you're smoking a little something.
No, like
That's
Piplup?
Son Goku right there. That's Son Wukong. Hello and welcome back to Double Dip Season 5. I am Nick, coach of the Bayou Belly Bolts, and I'm joined today by
Aurora, coach of the Hoonsbrook Hunters, and did you just like try to press on like a button to make it like play a noise? Or something?
No.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It didn't pick up properly the first couple times.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to find the actual button. Just
Okay, regardless, we are here for week 5 of Skull Division, and we have another 4 wonderful matches played by our lovely contestants in this scuffed as fuck division that is all over the place. Going into this week, we have Spood undefeated, these Sylveons looking somewhat cozy in second place, though honestly, like the differential after Spood is jank as hell, and it's mostly wins or losses that are keeping people in their current position, and differential is weird.
The fact that second place has a differential of 1 and fourth place has a differential of 3, which is greater than both second and third at this point, by the way. Because third place is also a differential of 0. Is
yeah, the fact
so
that like
funny.
The fact that there is second place with 3-1 differential 1 and third place with 3-1 differential 0 is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's like both of these players just took like a heavy loss and then 3 marginal wins.
Yep. But regardless, I think it is time to get into our first match. We've got a lot of really exciting matches, and because of how close it is, there's a chance for a lot of these like placements to play around. Not so much Cody's. Cody is pretty comfortable up top. Even if someone did get like a 6-0 this week, well, actually no, I guess yeah. If he lost, it would depend on how bad he lost. Never mind. He could lose that throne in theory. Especially since
he can lose.
Him and
Sylveons
are going up against each other.
Yeah, he is fighting second place. So like, if he does take a loss there and it's a big enough loss, 4-0 or better, then Koei actually takes first place, which is crazy.
Yep. But yeah, let's get into our first match. Our first match is between Firebolt, coach of the Northern Ninetales, versus Shamal, coach of the Golden Gate Gibles.
I see the same team again.
Hey, yep, I see the same lineup. Yeah, we've got our rain, we've got our choice of grass between Rillaboom and Ludicolo. In this case, Rillaboom. And then on Firebolt's team, we see the Alolan Ninetales. No Alolan Sandslash again. We have Virizion, Nidoking, Zeraora, or no, not Zeraora. Yeah, Zeraora. Darkrai, and Mega Ampharos. And I mean, like, looking at the lineup, like, Zeraora looks kind of nice.
Zero Aura looks kind of nice. Firebolt's also, like, in these last 2 weeks, been appreciating the indirect value that, like, Virizion offers with just, like, its bulk and its typing dissuading certain attacks from being spammed too much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like, he's kind of sort of quietly dropped the Snow Core that he drafted with Ninetales, Alola, and Sandslash. Realizing that, like, even with Hail, like, Sandslash just doesn't cut it.
Yeah. It's just not fast
like,
enough, usually.
Yeah, base 65 speed doubled isn't quite fast enough, and base 100 attack doesn't hit hard enough.
And like Ice, Steel, and, you know, in theory, Ground, thanks to the terrestrialization, is nice, but, like, it's just shy of, like, being actually good enough to make a huge difference.
Yeah, it still gets stuck a bit too much. So we don't see it here. I don't believe we saw it last week either.
I don't think so. No.
So let's see how Firebolt adapts with his team being slightly different.
Yeah. So opting for the Nidoking lead, you know, Firebolt has really been liking to play aggressive with this first lead. Does come out on the Sludge Wave, but the Earth Power, just devouring Archulodon, immediately getting out of the way. And then a very ballsy Rocks.
Yeah, a Thunderbolt would have easily knocked that Pelipper out, but he goes for Rocks instead, which, like, the Rocks do put in value, so, like, no real complaints. Interesting swap to Ampharos here, but, you know, the static proc's good.
Yeah, I do like getting the static proc. I think that does make sense. Obviously, you take a bajillion for Flip Turn, but being able to paralyze that thing is really nice. This one does not want to stay out against an Iron Head from King Gambit. And the King Gambit does not want to stay out from a, you know, fighting move from Virizion.
Yeah, especially since if you don't know if it's physical special yet, hitting this thing with a Sucker Punch, not killing it, and giving it that justified boost is not the best. This Rillaboom just barely not dying to the Air Slash and the recall from the Wood Hammer plus the Life Orb.
Yep.
Doing it in 2 steps, basically.
Yeah, and then Firebolt revealing that he is running a more special attacking Zero Aura. Does kind of open up King Gambit a little bit more. I know Zero Aura gets, like, close combat for, like, physical attacking, but I don't know if it gets a fighting type move for special attacks. Like, I don't know if it gets Focus Blast or Aura Sphere or anything like that. Huge para.
We also see the rain finally gone here, but interestingly, Firebolt swaps back to Nidoking, and like, just kind of sacks it to this Barraskewda for unknown reasons. And then here, unfortunately, that Focus Blast misses because it 100% kills versus this King Gambit, and even though it's faster, Sucker Punch finishes it off.
Yep.
And now Firebolt's in trouble.
Yeah, I do like the Encore forcing them to be stuck into Focus or Sucker Punch. Nice freeze dry on this, and it does leave it with just a King Gambit, but at this point now you have to play the game of, are they going to click Sucker Punch or not?
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to into Ninetales, but he definitely does into the Zero Aura, and yeah, like, even at that point there still were things Firebolt could have done to outplay it, but now that it's just Ninetales and King Gambit left, King Gambit's done it again. It's reversed sweep from a very hopeless scenario.
Yep. King Gambit does what King Gambit does best, which is Supreme Overlord, and then just click Sucker Punch a few times and things die.
Yep, and Firebolt not even opting to use Encore here, like, just realizing, like, it's over. Even if he Encores it into Sucker Punch a bunch more times, the fact that it's paralyzed means that it will never be frozen, and eventually it'll get its Iron Head off and die. Because Encore is weird. You will never struggle because of Encore, unless you are choice locked.
Yeah.
So after it would have run out of Sucker Punches, Jamal just gets to pick which move that he's gonna click next, and Encore fails. and or the effect ends. Which sucks. The most frustrating thing is there were so many things Firebolt could have done, even after the Focus Blast from Darkrai Mist. It's like, because you 100% see the Sucker Punch coming after that first Focus Blast, after it's at 1 HP.
Yeah.
So just like swapping to anything else, and like baiting out some other moves, and or forcing more Sucker Punches with either like the Encore from Ninetales, and like getting it to waste its PP, and eventually once it has no more Sucker Punches, you can get Darkrai in for a second shot. Without Sucker Punch, Zeraora can also go in for a fighting type move to try and finish it off. Like, any good hit on this thing will kill it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like, opting not to try and play around these Sucker Punches costs Firebolt. Like, even if it's in the scenario of just Zeraora and Ninetales, even if you only have attacking moves on your Zeraora, you can just hard swap into Ninetales to try and play around the Sucker Punch that way, because Shamal basically cannot risk that Zeraora firing off any move and is forced to Sucker.
Agreed. Yeah, no, like, at that point, like, I think Firebolt, like, played that as well as he could have up until, like, bringing out Zeraora and just not hard switching out immediately to bait the Sucker Punch. But I also imagine, you know, like, after the Focus Blast miss, you know, I'm sure there's a little bit of tiltage that happened there. We've all been there. We've all experienced it. It's never a fun time to gamble on the Focus Blast and lose out on it. But that's the game we play.
It is the game we play. It's also unfortunate that the King Gambit never got paralyzed on the turn where it used Sucker Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have given Firebolt another opportunity, but again, you know, it's the game we play. Unfortunately, there is RNG shenanigans. It is very prevalent in Skull Division for some reason.
It's kind of prevalent all throughout, but yeah, Skull Division, I think, definitely has it the worst right now.
Yep. Yeah. Shamal walking away with another 1-0 on the back of King Gambit, carrying him to victory.
Yep. How about you introduce our next team?
Yes, leading us into the next match, which is between Milo and Not Pimp. Milo coaching the Canadian Clod squad, and Not Pimp coaching the Kracked Kricketunes. One day we'll learn who's actually coaching Kracked Kricketunes, because it's not Pimp, but who it actually is, who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah. And I'd say let's get this match rolling before it gets too late, because we are in for a long haul.
Yeah. So, Not Pimp not actually running sticky webs this time is kind of the biggest takeaway. We see the fish, Tatsugiri.
Yeah, we see like a bulkier mode of Pimp's team here. Meanwhile, Milo has a bunch of offensive threats with this Great Tusk, the Aerodactyl, and like the Raikou if it sets up. But like this arrow getting just Will-O-Wisp immediately.
It's not
That's
good.
rough. It makes this thing deal just like negative damage, a cool 20% into this wheezing.
Yep. And that Thunderbolt also just not doing anything. It did get tricked to Choice Scarf, so it's now locked into Thunderbolt.
Yep. Milo taking the opportunity to go into Raikou and be like, okay, like what kind of setup can I get going here? And what is Pimp's answer to Raikou? And Pimp's answer is Gourgeist.
Yep. Spoiler alert, this dog not running Shadow Ball.
Yeah. We don't actually, how much do we get to see of this?
I guess it could have Shadow Ball.
We see three. We see Substitute, Thunderbolt, and Aura Sphere. We don't know what its fourth move is.
That's true.
But if it was Shadow Ball, we would have seen it. Like 100%.
Yeah. But then we do see Aura Sphere. It's very likely that it could just be Calm Mind, because that is kind of Milo's favorite set right now is Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, Substitute, and then a random coverage
and fourth move. Yeah. Yeah, we see this Articuno trying to go for game immediately, and actually not realizing it's bedtime yet.
Yep, it's sleepy time. He knows, chat.
Yeah.
He does know.
Cabral wants me to tell you that he loves you.
I love you too, Cabral.
I'll let him know.
Yeah. He'll see in the recording. Don't tell him yet. He has to watch a video.
I literally typed it right before you said that.
Damn it. Yeah, at this point, this is just a very slow match. You know, we are at turn 23 and nothing has died.
Yeah, nothing has died quite yet, and on one side of the field, it is not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So small spoiler. This is a 6-0, by the way.
Yeah, this is a very, very slow 6-0. And also, the Pimp did just risk getting, what's it called? Bisharp burn in turn 4 rocks. And these rocks are going to pay huge dividends. Speaking of things that don't pay huge dividends, nasty plotting on this fucking Tetsugiri constantly.
Yep. Another sleep powder. I think Articuno is still asleep, so even if that...
Yeah, Articuno is still asleep, and the fact that it misses means that Milo does not get to see the message of like, hey, you're breaking sleep laws, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will-O-Wisp negating the leftovers recovery of this Raikou, and just very slowly and piecemeal, Pimp is taking away like the bulk and recovery and HP on Milo's side while recovering a little bit with his own leftovers and this lead seed.
Mm-hmm. And they're our first death due to Stealth Rocks.
Yep. We can see like Milo is just like swapping and swapping and swapping, trying to get like anything going, trying to hope that Pimp switches in something so he can get something going. Mm-hmm. But even after a Dragon Dance, like this Aerodactyl is just so cooked. It just doesn't do anything anymore.
Yeah, with that burn, like it just can't do enough damage to Evilite Bisharp. Bisharp can answer back with a Iron Head, and now it finally gets burned as well. We finally see Skull burn something.
Holy crap, mythical Skull burn pull.
Yeah.
And this thing gets Storm Drain active again. Like that's sort of the reality we start like seeing here, is that like Pimp basically has a free safe answer into every one of Milo's Pokemon at this point.
Yeah. And this Leech Seed, you know, after the burn damage, is going to be able to knock out the Aerodactyl. The only thing that could have been like pretty big here, first of all, we're actually staying in against this. You know, we like, yeah, the burn is huge, but like we still take so much damage. Like that's almost like 0.5%, and boom, just back up to 60. And still going for like a Leech Seed, like just opting to like say screw it, I'll take the chip.
Yeah. And then like recovering both 6% from the leftovers and another like clean 15 from Leech Seed. Like this Gorgeist is not fearing anything.
Yeah. And
fun fact, Rapid Spin does get rid of Leech Seed.
Yeah. And you know, here we're gonna try and see a Rapid Spin. But unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, like the Ghost Grass type is like the hardest counter you can have to Great Tusk, probably. It does learn Ice Spinner.
I was gonna say, I know for sure it gets Ice Spinner. Can you check and see like if we've seen all of its moves?
Yeah. No, we see Close Combat, Rapid Spin, and Headlong Rush.
Okay. I want to say it also gets Knockoff, but like either way, like Ice Spinner, like it hits so much of Not Pimp's team. So I'm just so surprised that we never saw it like once. And
I imagine that the last one was like Bulk Up or something. It does get Knockoff.
It does get Knockoff. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, like Knockoff, like even Knockoff here, like would have been so great to have. Could have knocked off the Evilite. Could have knocked off like, you know, this Gorgeist leftovers, negate recovery, or at least some recovery.
Yeah, actually also learns Temper Flare.
Oh, interesting.
So like it gets a physical fire type move that it could have used as well. But yeah, we don't see it happen, and this Gourgeist is just like a pain enough in its ass that the defense drop from Headlong Rush will make it weak to the Seed Bomb. The Seed Bomb finishes it off. This Raikou not threatening this Gourgeist either gets knocked out by a second Seed Bomb, and we finally see the slowest 6-0 of the season thus far.
55 turns.
Yeah. The Stealth Rocks that Bisharp set up like somewhere midway through the battle pay such huge dividends for Pimp. Because like it's mostly going like somewhat equal. Maybe like Milo being slowly like eked out very slowly. But the rocks like up the timer so much and make it go so much faster.
Yeah, especially since
relatively.
Especially since so much of like Milo's offensive got like just burnt, so it couldn't dish out enough damage fast enough. So like the combination of like the burn damage, the stealth rocks, and you know Pimp just opting to switch into like the very safe like bulkier answers, it just wound up becoming a very slow death by 1,000 cuts kind of match.
Yeah. Oh, we see one drag meter from the Tetsugiri at some point. I was about to say like I wonder if it only clicked Nasty Plot 4 times, but no, it does actually attack at some point.
Yeah, no, we do get one actual like big beefy attack like towards the end of the game.
There's so few like actual attacking moves on Pimp's team if you like check them.
I know. Yeah, Gourgeist was just clicking like Leech Seed, Will-O-Wisp most of the time. I don't even think
Articuno clicked Agility, yeah. Ogerpon clicked Encore, Bisharp clicked Stealth Rock and Taunt, and Iron Head twice.
Yeah.
The Weezing is Will-O-Wisp Pain Split with Thunderbolt and Flamethrower coverage.
Yeah. I would say the most attacking moves we saw from Pimp was from the Weezing.
Yeah, the Weezing like puts in the most like attacks, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, one? I know we see six Seed Bombs from Gourgeist, so it's 7, 8, 9, 11, 12... 15. Pimp clicked 15 attacking moves in a 55-turn game.
That's insane. I hate that. We're moving on to the next match. Our next match is Lysander Wolf, coach of the San Antonio Jolteons, versus Claire, coach of the Maryland Manectrics. You know, here we once again see Claire rocking the Mega Diancie. We've got Durant back. No Dougie. No Doug Trio this time.
Yeah, no Dougie, so probably not a truant Durant. This is a fake ant Durant, I guess.
Yep. And then Lysander Wolf, we've got the Arcanine, we've got that Terra Captain Gastrodon, which is rocking the Terra Poison once again. We've got Steelix, holy cow. We've got Metagross, sorry. We have Porygon Z, Primarina, and Mimikyu.
I'm just sort of like slowly trying to realize that like Lysander's team, like I don't see any like direct synergy between like all of these Pokemon. It's just a pile of good Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean...
Like Arcanine is just a good Pokemon. Gastrodon is just a good Pokemon. Metagross, fuck yeah, it's a good Pokemon.
Yeah, Porygon Z, good Pokemon. Primarina, good Pokemon. I would say that like Arcanine and Primarina have like decent synergy, but like it's still not exactly like a match made in heaven kind of thing here.
Yeah, like they cover each other's weaknesses like somewhat, but for the most part, like all of these Pokemon just kind of like pull their own thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Gastrodon just like comes in, hits Scald, hits Earth Power, clicks Stealth Rock, clicks Recover, is bulky. Metagross, like it Meteor Mashes, Bullet Punches shit. Porygon Z just try attacks into whatever.
Yep. Clicks Hyper Beam if you're real.
True.
Yep. But yeah.
Let's hop into it, I'd say.
Yeah.
So, like, one thing that, like, in this division has definitely been, like, we just see, like, a shit ton of what do you call it, status coming out from like all kinds of different angles.
Yeah.
And Claire is the embodiment of this.
Yes.
Namely in this fucking thing, the Muck.
Yeah. This game is ruled by status. Here we do see the Hydrapple like immediately going down to Ice Punch. And then this, unfortunate Meteor Mash miss, but also like that would have done actually 0. That's a Avalugg who is Terrad Water.
Yeah, a resisted hit on like a stupid high defense and HP. It was never gonna be doing too much.
Yeah.
This Muck coming in like taking a bunch of damage but healing back up with Drain Punch.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that we didn't see Gastrodon Terra Poison at all, because then it does kind of just sit on Muck for the most part.
Yeah. Also, that's 1-for-1 on what do you call it?
Poison Touch. Yep.
Poison Touch, being able to poison something and actually poisoning that thing.
Yep.
This is a very good trick from Lysander, like making this, taking this thing to Salt Fest and giving it a Choice Scarf, making it a lot more predictable and easy to play around. And also Poison Touch activated again.
Yep. I would say, there's only there's only 3 more Pokemon.
We are 2 for 2. We are 2 for 2.
Oh, sorry, there are only 2 more Pokemon that can't be poisoned right now.
Yeah. Also Hustle.
First impression, yeah. And then Hustle giveth away, or Hustle giveth, taketh away.
Well, that one slightly, it's alright. But yeah, this Duran comes in, kills a thing, and then misses and dies. Amazing.
Hey, yep. And then at this point, like even with Primarina like being able to come out, opting to go for the Energy Ball, trying to get rid of that Avalugg, but every time just like Claire makes a safe switch, goes out to Alolan Muck, they switch out, Mimikyu gets its it gets poisoned again.
It gets the mandatory poison.
Yep. Gets its disguise broken, and then just immediately switches out. And like granted at this point like it can't do anything to Avalugg anymore. Primarina comes out, and again the Alolan Muck just comes out on the Energy Ball.
Yeah, very, very reminiscent of the Pimp Milo game. Claire just has certain Pokemon that like freely switch in on the remainder of Lysander's team and never really feel threatened. Like, this Arcanine will never ever break this Avalugg.
Yeah.
It just can't. It doesn't have the damage for it. Or the coverage.
And like
meanwhile, like and Lantern and Muck being able to like come in on this Porygon also like for as long as they need to. And Claire just needs to bide her time. Like, the poison will eventually claim it. She's just stacking indirect kills on Muck.
Yep. It's actually kind of gross what Claire has done here to boost Muck's kill ratio. Yeah.
What is it at at the end of this match? I'll go look that up.
Yeah. Because she just keeps switching, letting the Poison Touch rack up the kills.
Yeah, granted, on the Mimikyu it was Poison Jab's poison that got it, not poison, but like same fucking difference.
Yeah. Yeah, with that, Claire is able to take it at a nice 4-0, just able to constantly switch and just let the poison just do its thing. Spread out through the rest of the Pokemon and just let them die. What is Muck's KD ratio right now? What are we
Muck is currently 7 kills, 4 deaths.
That's crazy.
And let me see how many of those are direct versus indirect kills. Muck, Alola. It's hard to say. Because the indirect kills count from every season beforehand. And at least one of the skills was knockoff on the Metagross, which is a direct one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, like, the poison is what claimed Lysander's team here.
Yeah.
And Claire just sort of needed to like sit there and wait for it.
Yep.
That's that Diancie still having done fuck all.
Yeah, it clicked toxic and then it switched. And I guess granted, it did not die this time.
It didn't die this time. It only died 4 times in the 5 weeks Claire's brought it.
Mm-hmm. It is, you know, never mind the fact that it's sitting there at what, like 9%.
Yeah, like it was there at the start. It clicked toxic, it left, and it never saw the battlefield again.
Hey, yep.
Yeah, Claire's like distribution's like so whack. She has 8 kills on Dougie, 7 on Alolan Muck, and 6 on Navalok.
So funny.
Meanwhile, like all the actual offensive threats aren't doing anything.
That's not true. Hustle did something this time.
True. Durand now has 2 kills to its name.
Yep.
I apologize.
Alright,
well, that leaves just one more match for this week, and it was between Kui, coach of the Sydney Sylveons, and Spood, coach of the Southtown Sandslashers.
So this
is first place versus second place.
Yeah, this is
at least like currently.
Yeah, currently. This is one of the most important matches right now, because if Kui can get a commanding win over Cody here, you know, Spood will drop down to second place. And Kui will rise up to first place. And I mean, looking at the team, like, you know, we've got tools to do that. You know, we've got Mega Absol, which is just a monster. We've got Dragapult. The Milotic has been a constant thorn in everyone's side. Terra Captain Rhydon, and Victini, like, and even Terra Captain Breloom. Like, all these Pokemon can just do a lot. But Cody, you know, Spood has shown constantly that he's got a very goofy team. No Palafin this time, but we do have our own Terra Captain in Vespiquen. And Thundurus, you know, it loves being able to click, you know, any electric type move unless Rhydon comes out.
Yeah, Rhydon is Rhydon actually looks extraordinarily strong into this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, Stone Edge, Earthquake, you could just run Terra Blast for one of the moves as well. But honestly, you really just need Stone Edge and Earthquake.
Yep, Edgequake is a like pretty tried and true stab combination that goes pretty hard into most things, bar like some abilities.
Yep.
It can put stop to it. Yeah, let's hop into it, see how Kui fares against the current reigning #1.
Yep. So immediately, the Mega Absol lead, you know, shuts down the ability to use Prankster. But you know, Spood just like, no, I'll just U-turn out. That's fine.
And interestingly, like no superpower, but instead a play rough, doing bugger all to this Cobalion.
Yeah, and even Shadow Ball, you know, not being able to eke out that kill, it does get to just full switch out, and then boom, here comes Houndoom, and it's a 50-50 between Sucker Punch or Pursuit.
Yeah, I guess Kui just opting to try and clicking an attacking move, maybe like Draco or something.
Probably.
Gets Sucker Punched and loses Dragapult for it, so it's now already down 2 Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And here we see the Vespiquen set that Spood has brought.
Yep. Pressure, Terra Poison, and Infestation take advantage of that burn chip. But here we see Dragon Tail from Milotic, forcing Vespiquen out, and now the monster is here.
Yeah, it's a reverse. What do you call it? Reverse flip turn.
Yeah.
Dragon Tail.
Yep. But yeah, the first Earthquake getting the crit, like, that definitely stinks. But then we do get a flinch from Iron Head, so it kind of like evens it out there. But yeah, with that, you know, Garchomp goes down. And now I feel like the main answer to Rhydon has gone with that as well.
Yeah, like Rhydon looking pretty good into the remaining Pokemon that Spood has here. Kui trying to fish for that cheeky Ice Beam freeze. and ends up accidentally knocking this thing into Thunderous, who is the biggest threat against Milotic here. But even this thing's discharge is only doing 43%, which is nuts.
Yep. Rhydon opts to come back out, and then we go into Thunderous on a risky Stone Edge, but it does miss, famous Stone Miss, and then with that, the Psychic is going to be able to come out, pick up the kill on Rhydon, and another crit, like, on the Dark Pulse. That one not as big, because it's still going to two-shot Victini, but to Glaciate, actually, making it to where Victini outspeeds.
Yep, but Spood just swapping into Houndoom to either like brace for a V creates and also like taking no damage from Glaciate. And then the Life Orb damage taking it out. And now it's Milotic and Breloom against the Worlds, and this is a very difficult situation.
Yeah. To be fair, this is where Kui seems to thrive. Milotic and Breloom being the last two Pokemon seems to kind of trigger their Ultra Instinct state.
Yeah. Spood is more than happy enough to just keep going back into Vespiquen again and again on every Dragon Tail. Because Vespiquen's ability it's rocking here is Pressure. Which means that Milotic is rapidly going through all the PP it has to try and get anything done. Yeah. Spood still opting to sack the Grafai just for like a safe switch to try and take some momentum in this game.
And then right back out to Vespiquen. It can be frozen now that it's put to sleep. And as soon as it wakes up, and now it gets to just click defend order again. At this point, we're starting to run low in those Dragon Tails. I don't think we ever get to the point where we run out. I think we end with like 2, but like that's still like a lot of times where you're just whittling down, and now that this thing's out, it's able to just click discharge, and with that, Spood is able to get a comfy 30.
Yeah, 3-0 win for Spood. Spood remaining undefeated. And that Vespiquen, even though it was asleep, even though it wasn't able to like attack at all, and it just kept swapping in on a Dragon Tail over and over again, it did its purpose. Its life goal was to PP stall out Milotic, and with pressure, just swapping in again and again, and the passive leftovers recovery was all it needed.
Yep. That's all Vespiquen needed there, was just be able to sit in front of Milotic, and it did its job really well.
Spood like making full use of these low tier Pokemon with like a weirdly high bulk that he can Terra. And it was Corsola before, now it's Vespiquen, and it's working for him. It's doing very well, even with his main offense staying at home this week. Do you want to run us through the top 4 of this division in its current state?
I do. So in its current state, we do have Cody sitting at 5-0 with a differential of 12. We have Claire sitting at 4-1 with a differential of 4. We have Shamal sitting at 3-2 with a differential of 2. And we have Koei sitting at 3-2 with a differential of -2.
Then Pimp with a 2-win, 3-loss rate with a differential of +5. The Canadian Clod Squad, Milo, 2-3 with a differential of -3. Firebolts, Northern Ninetales, 1-4 and -5, and at the bottom, San Antonio Jolteons, Lysander Wolf, 0-5 at -13.
Yep. So we are down to the last 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks. No, yeah,
2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks of our divisions. Cannot speak. Holy cow. And this is still like a pretty close game. Like Cody is confidently very comfy in playoffs at this point. There's no way to knock him out. He's going to remain top 4. Spood cannot be taken out at this point. And I believe Claire also, just due to the amount of wins they have, also cannot lose out on playoffs at this point either.
Yeah. Also, like due to the fact that the Gibles and the Sylveons have to fight, forcing a loss upon one of them. Even if Spood somehow loses everything from here on out, the lowest he can go is 3rd place.
Exactly. Meanwhile, going at Gibles, Sydney Sylveons, and Kracked Kricketunes, still very much in this. Like you said, depending on how the going at Gibles and Sydney Sylveon match goes, that could lead Not Pimp to very easily overtaking one of their spots, depending on how his match this week goes. And then same deal with Milo. Like, a differential of -3 is not the worst. You can absolutely still bring that back and find another spot in top 4. If not this week, possibly in that last little week on that last little stretch. Just barely eking out that one win that you need.
Yeah, like the Gibles like got off to a rough start this season, like being 1-3, I believe, at the start of this week. Like is pulling it back now and is actually slated to go up against the Gibles in the last week.
Wait,
which would again like
who's
force
going against the Gibles in the last week?
The Kracked Kricketunes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, meaning that like he is still like losses are being forced on the people that are in playoffs contention currently.
Mm-hmm.
And given how good his differential is, because his differential is still better than Claire's, who is in 2nd place.
Hey, yep.
He has the 2nd best differential in the division, despite being out of playoffs contention in the current standings.
It's really funny. His differential is technically greater than 2nd, 3rd, and 4th if you combine them all.
True, but that's because the Sylveons are dragging it down.
Yes.
Yeah, but like the differential in the quote-unquote like winner side is currently so low that if Pimp can just manage wins, doesn't even have to be convincing wins. If he just manages wins, he can drag one of them down and pull himself back into the game.
Yeah. I've said it in the Magma Division recaps, which, you know, if you want to watch that too, it's kind of nice. The differential, it is nothing more than a temptress. It is just a funny number. The only number you need to concern yourself with are the W's. That's it. You no longer care about diff. It is all about winning.
Yep. And in fact, actually, next week also, it's Spood versus Claire.
Ooh.
And if Spood wins that, even if he loses his last match, he is guaranteed 1st place.
Yep.
Because Claire will have 2 losses, and at worst, Spood will only be able to have 1.
Yeah. And as another thing, because these top players, or because the top 4 are going up against each other, someone's differential is going to go down. Maybe not by a substantial amount, but that still opens up a lot of opportunity for people to rise up and take those spots.
Yep, including like even the Clod squad isn't quite out yet. They do have to like improve the differential like somewhat, which, you know, if you win, that happens anyway.
Yeah.
So it is still a tight race in this household over here. That's Skull Division.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a tight race for anything that isn't 1st place.
Yep. Canadian Clod Squad is the only one who has to worry about differential at this point.
I mean, I can see a future where like there's a bunch of people that are 4-3 and differential ends up being the decider for who does and does not make it.
True.
Into playoffs. So definitely don't neglect it.
But yeah.
But some people are like more worried about it than others are.
Yeah.
Nudge people with negative differential. Nudge people with positive differential.
But yeah, do you have any other closing thoughts?
I am still very excited to see like how this plays out, because there is still a lot of shifting around that can happen. We only have 1 person locked in for playoffs. We only have Spood so far.
Mm-hmm.
like Claire can still drop it. The Gibles can still
true.
drop it. So the Sydneys can still drop. The Kricketunes can pull it back. Clod can pull it back. Who knows where this is going? It is crazy. It is exciting, and we hope you will join us in both the other recaps as well as next week.
Yeah. If you want to hear from me again, I will be assisting Spood with the Magma Division recap.
I will be assisting Cabral with Aqua Division, and Cabral and Spood will be doing Rocket Division.
Yep. Wait. No, they'll be doing Aqua Division. No, yeah. You're right. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Good job.
Good job.
See y'all next week.
Bye.